Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silverline Silver Sunday. I may be solo tonight. I don't know. I don't know where everybody is. I know where some of the bodies are, but I don't know where everybody is. So I may be flying solo unless the folks can wake up or make it home or wherever it is that they are. So I checked to make sure we were on YouTube, and we were on YouTube. I didn't have a chance to share it on Facebook, so hopefully some of you peeps will share it around for us. So since nobody's here yet, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to Daytona Beach Comic Con for being our sponsor. Daytona Beach Comic Con, September 10th and 11th is just around the corner. There's going to be a whole bunch of us there. And I had it up. Here we go. Visit the convention site. So I'm going to run through the list that. So there's going to be some cool. Pat Broderick's going to be there. Richard Bonk is going to be there. Tim Tyler is going to be there. Steve Conley will be there. Bill Black is going to be there, y'all. And George Pratt. Alex Saviuk will be there. Sergio Cariello. Y'all, there is this is a nice comic guest list. If you like comic books, Daytona Beach Comic Con is the place to be. And of course, Silverline is going to have a big representation there. If you didn't pay attention to all the stuff that went by during the opening, I get it. I totally understand, but let me at least run through the list here. So John Crowther will be there. Now, he's not listed under Silverline because he's got his own thing going on with the wrestling books. John Crowther will be there. Brent Larson will be there. Kalis Ryder, of course. Dean Zachary will be there. You know, Dean did the first issue of Cat and Mouse and all kinds of cover work. Haley Martin will be there. She's the artist for Barry. Also, she colored Obsolete. Jeremy Kahn will be there. Jeremy colored Team Beetle. He also colored Cray that just came out. Jose Fuentes will be there. Jose inked the most recent issue of Obsolete. Peter Clinton is coming there all the way from across the pond. Pete is the artist for Silverline Team Up #1. And he's also got Trump's #4 coming up. Quentin Bedwell is coming here all the way from Texas. Quentin is the artist for Trump #3 that just... Did it come out yet? No, it's at the printer now, but it'll be out in time for Daytona Beach Comic Con. Rory Boy will be there. Scott Wakefield will be there. I forget exactly what Dean calls them. The brain trust behind Steam Patriots. Thomas Formonti will be there, of course. I think that's who popped in just now. Hey, Tommy. I didn't know if I was going to solo this or not, man.
I was in the other room watching TV, watching a show, and then we were eating, and then Renee's like, "Aren't you supposed to go in there?" And I'm like, and then I had it all set up, hours ago. I had everything all set up because I've been exiled to one of the bedrooms. I'm no longer allowed to be in the other room anymore, and then I jump on to get everything all. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get it all, and then whatever Facebook, the link was from like a year ago, and I kept joining it and joining it. I'm like, there's nobody here. I'm like, oh, that was a year ago. Wait a minute, I'm in the wrong room. I'm in the wrong room.
Here's link.
No, because it's in the whole thing. Our chat stream. I was like I jumped way up to the top, and I'm like, I'm going to the wrong place. Hey, didn't I just see you a few hours ago?
You did. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Let me finish my list here. And last but not least, we're going to have Tim TK, who is going to be... I don't know if he's coming further or if Pete's coming further. We'll have to figure that out. Tim TK is coming all the way from Oregon. It is not Tim's first appearance in Florida. Tim is a grad of a school here. I'm not sure whether he talks about it much, so I don't know what to say because I don't know if he wants it known, but I wouldn't think he does, but I don't know. So I'm going to guess Tim's probably going to come and hang out with a bunch of his old college pals after or before he does the show. But this is probably Tim's first creative appearance in the state of Florida. So bring your books to get. No, actually, don't bring any books to get signed and autographs. Show up and buy some books. There's going to be comics available for each of these creators there. There's even going to be a couple of sketch covers that are going to be available, so you can get them and have them do some artwork for you. So, and they're all going to be, doing. They'll have artwork and commissions and comics and all that kind of stuff. So, Daytona Beach Comic Con, make your plans to do it now. And yes, Tommy, you did just see me, man. I came in and took a shower and I took a long nap, dude. You should see my shoulder too.
Oh,
I can show this, right? I can show this. So got it kind of cleaned up. It's still a little bit swollen, you can see, but it's not bulby like it was. It was like, looked like a big, I thought it was going to pop. I was like, it keeps swelling up, right? Oh, I might can show my shoulder. Yeah, doesn't look so bad there, but boy, it's beginning to turn brown under it.
oh,
Yeah. So I bruised it pretty good. So yeah, so
I'm trying to get some more folks to come join.
Bobby Weskovich says, hello, big dummy. What's up, Bobby Weskovich? Oh, look, there's Roby. Roby made it here.
I made it.
I think she made it here. It looks like she made it here.
Roberta!
Roberta, we can hear you.
My camera's not working. Oh, that doesn't help anything. Well, how about this? Can I share? That might work.
It's just like, you don't need me. You want to just want my artwork.
I mean, you're the only one. Nobody wants to see you rolling, and especially Roland's all busted arm. And
I don't know what's up.
And no,
with
Roberta, there's no video this time.
I know. No video. Well, I can quit out of here. Every time I come up here, it's like Chrome forgets everything.
disconnect and come back in. Maybe it'll see the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see what happens.
Disconnect and try to reconnect your camera. I'll finish thinking the sponsors while you're doing that.
Well, I was going to tell everybody, I was sending so with Roland's busted arm and stuff. So we were riding in this area called the hammock, which is kind of a easygoing, flowy green trail kind of a thing. It's meaning that it's kind of just easy flow kind of thing. And then so I kind of took off, and I knew Roland was, because there's only one way to go. There's no real, can't get too off. And I did hear a crunch noise behind me, but I didn't know what it was. And then so I just kept going, and then I was, and it crisscrosses back and forth, and so
around, yeah.
So I went around this big turn thing, and I saw rolling out the corner of my eye come by, and so I crossed back through the part where you're not supposed to, because they don't like you making trails where there's no trails. So I snuck up behind him. And Roland was going to stop because he thought, I guess I was somebody else.
Yeah,
trying to pass. And Roland showed me his arm and goes, "I hit a tree."
That's true.
Oh no!
So you know how on the handlebars, right? Your brakes are like this, right? So I hit it on the left hand. This brake was like whoop, all the way up like that. So until we got to that little stop, I was using only this right brake here, and yeah.
We were the furthest out spot. Luckily, it wasn't any crazy stuff to get back. Yeah. But it was the furthest, of if you were going to have a bump that you were like, I'm done for the day. That wasn't the spot. That was the guy. So we had like 2 more miles just to get back.
Even the road wasn't close, right? Because we got next to the road. Tommy's like, yeah, that's not any closer.
Yeah. There was one spot we could have jumped on a street, but that would have taken way out of the way just to get back. And you did offer for me to go out there and bring the car around and get me. You did offer that, but I'm like, no, I can make it. So it's not, it's not broken. It's just, it hurts. It's really sore. I wish you guys could see how swollen it was at one point in time. No, it had a big bump. When I first saw it, it was like, woo!
I know, right?
Like muscles, but right there in the middle of your forearm on the wrong side. Again.
So, yeah.
And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, BJ's going to kill me.
Yeah, I did.
Last week, because last week you took over.
I tried to get her to call you, and say, I'm not letting him go again. she was like, I'm not doing that to Tommy. I'm like, no, do it. He would do it. You should do it.
I sure would. Yeah.
Like, and she's like, I'm not gonna do it. Tommy's too nice. I'm not gonna do that to him.
Well, and we were just talking about it. Man, Rowan's ready to get a new bike and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, man, that's what I tell you to tell her that if you had the new bike, this accident would not have happened because it would have been more spry. You would have been able to jumping over the stuff under the things.
I told her that, and she just laughed at me.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah,
it's like if you've got to go 4 weeks without running into something, and then we'll let you get a new bike.
Right.
Every time you have an accident, it's like the thing at work, right? The accident report that's on,
right.
You're going to break
0 days
until you get a whole month worth of no accidents. Then you can't have anything to.
You should have heard how hard Brett laughed. Because they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I ran into a tree. And they're like, and of course they're both like, how did you run into a tree?
It's like easier than you think.
They're like, you're supposed to be right. I'm like, it's a trail. I'm like, yes, but trees aren't on the trail. But they're around the trail. And I was going too fast and I couldn't turn. And so I just went crash into the tree.
And your bike is, kind of not very nimble. So you're struggling with it, trying to get it to go, until we get you a big boy bike. Yeah.
All right, finish the sponsors here.
Yep.
Thank you to Coliseum of Comics. If you are a comic book fan, if you find yourself in the Orlando comics area and you are looking for comics, go to Coliseum of Comics on East Colonial. They're all over the place down here, but go on East Colonial and go on Claremont. They have Silverline Comics. Tell them that we sent you there, and they will show you I need to get an image of their stand that has us in it. And so that when I mention that, I can pop them up. But the Coliseum Comics is very supportive of us. They order our comics, and they've got them there for sale. So we thank Coliseum of Comics for that. And if you need some Silverline Comics and you're in the area and you just got to have them, go to Coliseum of Comics. Shout out to Orlando Collector Deviants, a fan organization by fans for fans. Orlando Collector Deviants go to all of the local shows here and show you what you're missing if you're not there. And last but not least, shout out to Kablam Digital Printing. If you are an independent comic book reader and you need your comic printed, just one copy, you can get Kablam to do that. Roberta's here, and she says, everything looks right, but there's no camera. So, Roberta, can you hear us? I can't even hear you now.
I can hear you. I just haven't spoken because you were busy talking.
Okay.
Announcing.
Roberta, I know what the problem is. I know
you
what the problem is. Yeah, you got to turn the lights on.
I gotta put on my Silverline shirt. Maybe that's
You're
it.
sitting in the dark.
I don't understand. Why would it be white though? Black I get, but not white.
What, your screen is black?
Here.
To me, the preview is white.
It's not white.
I'm doing a Roberta here. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. There. I wish I had even that much.
Yeah, you don't have that much. Yeah. So so your preview is white on the screen?
I tried it both. Yeah, my preview looks white. That's very weird.
Yeah, it's you know what? I'm gonna go look on the stream and see what it looks like there because I don't know what it looks like on the stream. I just know what it looks like here. Anyway, so
I don't want to take up any more time. I can talk.
Okay.
Let me see if I can share that. You want me to work on that cover?
Yeah, that'd be good.
You want that cover?
Yeah, it's black on the stream as well. So, okay. So, yeah, do you want to share colors, Roberta?
I have that cover that you gave me, which is kind of fun. If you're all right with that.
Yes.
That's not a secret, right?
No. I don't think. I'm trying to remember which cover.
Which cover?
It's Mouse getting her initiation.
Oh no, that's not a secret. No. Yeah, that's cool. So, so I have before we launch into it, because we're going to be talking about convention stuff, swag, and gimmies and things like that. I went down to Sunrise Comic-Con yesterday. Drove back late last night, and it's put on by the city of Sunrise, a place I'd never heard of before, but it's down by. It's down near Miami, down near that direction. And before that, I went on Friday night. I went down there. I stayed with the Cosmic Times. I stayed with Martin Piero down there. We went to a comic shop, and it's Past, Present, and Future Comics. You heard of that one, Tommy?
No.
Past, Present, and Future Comics. And they were having a 40-year celebration, 40-year anniversary celebration. So they've been around for 40 years. And they had a back room that had a whole bunch of cheapo comics. And you know me and the cheap boxes. I hit those cheap boxes hard. Yeah. So before we show your thing. So I came away with a stack. BJ hasn't seen these yet, so don't tell me.
Let's see your stack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's gonna flip.
Here's
What'd you get? What'd you get?
25 cents a piece, right? I can't resist them 25 cents a piece. So
Did you give me anything?
I got a couple of gems, right? So I got
the gem comic book. That was a little.
I got Nightmares by Don McGregor and Paul Gulacy and Doug Minch. So I you know what, I don't even know what this one is, but I know these names, and it's an Eclipse.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so I know it's going to be a good one. I need a spot to put these down right here, and of course, I got a whole bunch of Scout comics. I'm still trying to finish my Scout run, right? So I got a whole bunch of Scout comics. You're gonna laugh at this, Tommy. So I got some Badger Berserk, right?
Okay.
I picked up some Whisper. Right. I just started. I haven't even read the first one yet, but I've started trying to put together the first couple of issues so that I can read like an arc, you know. And again, 25 cents a piece. What the heck, right? And then I bought this one just because I like the cover. Champions. Right. And then let's see. I bought.
Let me see the Champions.
What?
Let me see the Champions one again. Huh.
Yeah.
I guess that's the first run. That's the. Oh yeah, that's right. So that's the we actually print his stuff now.
Oh, cool.
Over at
Dennis Maloney?
Maloney. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you say it, Maloney?
That's how he says you say it.
Well, it's his name. I figure he knows, right?
That's what he told us.
Yeah, so there's one of the reasons I picked it up. I forget my camera's down here. Del Barris did the inks for this, right?
Oh, cool.
And
yeah.
Of course, you guys know Del Barris does Team Beetle for us, right? So I saw that, flipping through it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Again, 25 cents. How can you go wrong? So I picked up. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta get to the ones that I know that Tommy will appreciate. Just running through. You guys don't need to know everything I picked up here.
Oh, we do.
No, you don't. So I grabbed a Big Con Job by Jimmy and Amanda. Oh no, Amanda didn't work on this. Sorry, Jimmy Palmiotti did the Big Con Job. It has something to do. So I remember the talking about it. You see this convention. Apparently, they're trying to pull. It's like a heist comic at a comic book convention. So I'm like, well, that sounds interesting. I'll get that. Got some Saber. Still trying to get some of the Saber issues. I never heard of this one. Y'all heard of this one? Crash Ryan? No, I hadn't either. But it's an epic comic, right?
Is that
so it's
with airplanes or something? I don't remember. It's not, right?
Yeah, it does. It looks like it has airplanes on it.
Kind of sounds familiar, like somebody mentioned that one.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
Got that. Let's see here. This is free comic book stuff. We're not going to go through any of this. I had a big old stack of stuff, and they were, you want some free comics? I'm like, Aren't these practically free?
Yeah.
Free comic books.
Freer
Check
than
this out.
free.
You remember when the Turtles came out, right? And they did all those.
Oh,
Yeah, all of
Did
rock
them.
all
shirt.
those. Yep,
Mhm.
I had never even heard of this one.
That's funny.
This one is Cold-Blooded Chameleon Commandos.
You're gonna laugh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I think so. So I had never even heard of this, so I picked it up to see.
You had to.
Yeah, again, 25 cents. You kind of have to. Check this out though. Got a really old Chippendale 10
Nice.
center. Yeah,
I love those Walt Disney ones.
I know. They're
Yeah.
I mean, look, they're just so. I mean, it's probably a reprint in here, but it's still. Oh no! Here's our new tagline. See, this says Dell comics are good comics. That's good.
Okay.
We can put.
That's an endorsement by yourself.
So I know, right?
They're pretty good.
So here you go, Tommy. Oh, I thought I had more than this. Maybe I do. Then maybe they got mixed up. Check out these, Tommy.
Is that Stevens?
That's Stevens. Yeah. This is Stephen Butler's first issue of Badger.
Yep, I remember that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I saw a couple of these in there, and I'm like, oh man, I got to pick these up. So I own them already, so I'll probably gift them to somebody. But let's see here. Picked up some Wally Wood's Thunder Agent. My daughter, I know she's not watching, so I can show this. My daughter likes Dazzler, so I found an issue of Dazzler that I'm going to send her. Right. Let's see here. More Wally Wood, more Scout. I should be getting really close to a complete run of Scout now, y'all. And let's see. Let me just pick this whole thing up. Got some Coyote. There's some more Stephen Badger, Sable. Some John Sable. I think I finished the Monolith. Remember, I had mentioned to y'all that I found Jimmy Palmiotti's Monolith, and I read it, and I really enjoyed that. So I got these issues. So I think this finishes my run on that one. Sable. Free comic books. So yeah, pretty decent haul. The thing about it is I got all those comics, $20. It's hard to go wrong with that, right?
Yeah, we talked about it a little today. You had a good time. That's what it sounds like.
I did. I had a good time. Here's the thing, man. It was so busy there. There were so many people attending there. It's run by the it's run by the city. So everybody comes out. They make it a huge event, and they've got, they had karaoke, or I sounded like karaoke, but someone told me it was actually a band playing out there. And I'm like, I better be careful what I say. Oven Reese says, hello, Silverline family. What's up, Oven? I think we're going to see you this Saturday, aren't we? This coming Saturday, aren't we, Oven? I think we are. I know Kissimmee is usually the one that we see Oven at. Even though I'm trying to get him to come up to Daytona, just because he can get so many signatures up in Daytona. Man, I love that earring that she has on right there. The mouse.
Isn't that the best?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Didn't Kevin make some?
He did.
Isn't
Kevin made
cool?
some, and we actually had a few backers. I can't remember how many. I want to say 4 or 5. Select the mouse earring as an add-on. So some of them, there are a couple of mouse earrings out walking around. So
I think that's great.
Oven says, oh yeah, I asked for that day off last month. I'm assuming you're meaning Kissimmee and not Daytona. But yeah, so it'll be good to see you, Oven. I'm looking very much forward to it. Okay, so let's talk about convention swag and gimme stuff. All right, so it all kind of boils down to marketing. All right, so when you're a creator, you have to think of things that you can put on your table that will interest people, right? We're there to sell comic books. We want them to buy the comics so that they'll take them home and they'll read them and they'll love them and they'll like, oh, I want this comic book. But what kind of things do you think they're also interested in. And you guys, Oven, anybody else out there listening, tell us what things do you like? I'm going to mention a couple of things that while Tommy and Roberta think, I'm going to mention a couple of things that Silverline has done, and just kind of get the ball rolling. Obviously, the first thing we did, and these have worked out really well for us, was this Make Mine Silverline. These little armbands, right? I don't have mine on now because I've recently showered, but I tend to wear mine pretty much all the time. I've got one that's pretty loose. You can tell that I wear it a lot. But these have worked out really well. They were pretty cheap to make, and that's one of the things you have to keep in mind. If you're going to give it away, it needs to be cheap to make, right? I have looked at things and I'm like, oh man, that cost $1 to make, and and you think, well, $1's not too bad. Well, no, it's not. But if I'm giving it away to everyone who comes up to my table, that's just like me handing $1 out to everybody that walks by. And people like free stuff, right? They like the free stuff. And
well,
so
just grab.
Yeah. And so,
you got to be careful that there's some folks that just go to the shows just to grab stuff off the table.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and Tommy, you can confirm this. Tommy and I often do free comic book day together. And one of the things that happens, we are there generally at the invitation of a comic shop. They're like, hey, you guys want to come up and set up at free comic book day? And so we're like, yeah, we'll come out. And it's almost every single free comic day, people come around and, hey, are these free? Like, no, these aren't free. Those over there on that table are free. I made these and you can buy them, right? Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was, and occasionally.
And then they start arguing with you a little bit.
Yeah, it was free comic book day. It's like, yes, and those are free. Go get those.
You kind of want to, when they said it, so well, just go grab any of the comic books in the store and see what's going to happen. Not everything is free. Yeah, that's always
yeah.
Well, then I guess we have to come up with our own free version.
Well, again, so here's the problem with that. I would love Roberta. I would love to do that.
I know,
but if we printed, yeah. So all right. So I'm going to go on the Kablam. Can I do this, Tommy? Do you mind if I go on the Kablam site?
No,
so
I'm going to order some comics.
Yeah. I'm going to go on the Kablam site. All right. Look. So I'm going to go to comics. And I'm going to go to, let's just say the interior page count, the lowest you can get is 4. Okay. So four pages, that's 4 pages plus a cover. So, you're going to have a cover, you'll have an inside front cover, then you have 4 pages, inside back cover, and then a back cover, right? Well, okay. All right. So if we don't have a Kablam ad, that costs $2.45. Now, that's not a bad price. To print your book and sell it, right? But when you are giving stuff away, that's like handing everybody $3 that walks by. That's just untenable by anybody, And so some people say, well, I've seen these big companies give away Frisbees and cups like that. Like, yeah, you're right. What usually happens is they print up like 25,000 of those and ship them out to their different locations. And so they get them really cheap. They're not paying what we would have to pay, right?
And you got to remember, some of those places have big budgets, know.
Right. So
that's the big trick there. Yeah.
Oven says, I like wristbands. So cool. That's a thumbs up for the wristbands. He says, I like stickers and little collectible cards. So we've done we've done our share of stickers. I think the first sticker that Silverline did was this cat and mouse sticker, right?
I love that one.
Yeah, me too. It's on my truck and was on our van. It's not on our new vehicle yet that we've had. It's new, but we've had it for several months because BJ's like, I don't think I want anything on there. So we've got these Silverline stickers that
I don't blame her. I don't put anything like that on my car.
That's what she's like. I don't think I want anything on there. I like these a lot, and part of the reason I like these is because I see students all the time in class with stickers on their computers, on their laptops. And so I'm like, this is the perfect size for a laptop. you know?
Mhm.
And so I'm hoping that people who get these will put those on laptops, right? And of course, then we had this Trump's one, right? That was pretty cool. This image was also a magnet, right? I don't think. Oh yeah, I have a magnet here. Oh, here's the magnet. Here's the Trump's magnet too, right? But then we also had the Demon's Tails magnet, right? There's Demon. I don't know if y'all can see that very good. It's kind of reflecting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
if you
that.
spin it, we see it.
Yeah. Owen says that's my fave.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, cool. I guess he's being the cat and mouse sticker too. And he says, I got my stickers on my comic boxes. That's a great idea. I hadn't thought about that. Put them on your comic boxes.
And then plan to fill them.
Right, with Silverline Comics.
Mhm.
So let's see. We did some of these. Now I really like these, and I will tell you this: we brought these to some conventions, and nobody really got them. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because the characters aren't on them.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, when the brand is bigger, then it'll be a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But-
it's when the other public doesn't really know what that is. It doesn't
Right.
have the show off factor.
Yeah.
Well, were you giving them away, or were they
No.
for sale?
Those
Yeah.
were for sale because I think
Mhm.
those. Well, and see, that's kind of one of the things that we were trying. It's like, okay, so the wristbands, we got these for a very, very good price. These was very cheap, right? But those pins, those weren't. We would have had them. Those weren't very cheap, right? So we didn't order to. But even then, we were selling them at kind of like, okay. You know, I can't remember what the price is, so I'm just going to make it up. So I think if I think we were selling them for like $2, and they cost us like $1.80 to make. So we weren't really making that much money on them, but we didn't really get that much interest in them, you know. And so I kind of quit taking them to the shows just because they take up space and that kind of stuff, you know. Now we were not going to be able to see it tonight, but Roberta often sports a mug. Right?
I do.
Yep. And it's a sweet looking mug, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Silverline has this that we would carry to shows. It's just a Silverline logo mug, which I like, but I think I like the one Roberta has more.
I love the one I have. It's really cool.
Yeah. So, you know, and here we go. Oven says, I don't really know what to do with pins and magnets. I have my fridge and marker board decorated. Yeah, you know, that's where I put all of my magnets. You can't see it, but I have a filing cabinet right here, and I have my magnets. Well, shoot, I can't get this one off. I have my magnets tossed on my filing cabinet whenever I get them. Oh, here's y'all will like this. I printed these out when I was first testing them. That's a tiny little postage stamp size magnet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. You can't see it. Here we go. Can you see that? Yeah. That was one and I did so I did that one, and I did one for Bear. But they're just tiny little postage size things, right? But you can see how small. This is how small they are. Those are little magnets. So, Tommy, what do we see? You had? What? Look at that! You got one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I smell it, Bobby. Ah, it's hot, hot. No, it's not.
Now you need to sue whoever served that to you, right?
The Silverline people. I'm gonna have to sue those
right,
guys.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And we have these. They're available. This is a real mug. We have these available on the it's not Etsy, but we got them over where we got them. There you go.
Yeah. I think these are on Zazzle as well. But I know we had we carried these to some of the conventions, right? And so I like them, right? You know, everybody drinks coffee, that kind of thing. I'd honestly buy magnets and stickers. Okay, cool. That's cool. So what's a price range then, Oven? What's what's a price that you're like, okay, cool, I can buy that, and what's a price that you're like, yeah, no, that's too much for a sticker? Because I think so our stickers all came as a result of Kickstarters, right? So we were able to raise the funds on Kickstarter, and got the funds to pay for this because we got more backers, that kind of thing. And so we I can't remember, we got pretty good prices for most of them. I think this one was for Kickstarter too. I have to go back and look, to be honest with you. But I don't think we didn't ask very much for them. I'd have to ask BJ. She had the price list for them. She kept up with that. But again, they just didn't move. What I would end up doing is, hey, if someone bought 2 or 3 comics, I'd throw in the sticker for them.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Here, you bought all 3 issues of Cat and Mouse. Here's a Cat and Mouse sticker for you. Trying to just try to do something a little extra. But disappeared,
What?
Roberta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huh.
I'm doing some.
Okay. It's like I didn't know if it was an accident again.
Haha. So can you see it?
Oh, look
There
at
you go.
that.
There's my mug.
Look at that. That's a mouse
and a
pad.
nifty
too.
mouse pad made by Zazzle. Zazzle did a great job, by the way.
That
mouse
is
pad.
cool.
Worked out good.
Man, that is
Love
a
it.
good looking mouse pad.
Yeah, isn't
what
it?
the heck?
Thank you, Zazzle. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
Pretty
really cool.
nifty.
I like mouse pads. We talked about that at one point in time. We're like, how many people use mouse pads today? Or do most people have laptops? A lot of the people I talk to, I hear them talking about computers, and they're like, my laptop. And so a lot of people they use the trackpad, and they don't use a mouse with the laptop. So
I do. I still use a mouse with my laptop. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a Ninja High School been done, Antarctic Press, a Ninja High School. I've got a Ninja High School mouse pad that stays in my work bag. And so when I go to school, when I teach, I have a laptop. And so I plug that into my computer and still use the mouse, but I use the Ninja High School mouse pad. I mean, I need that sweet mouse pad Roberta has.
I know, isn't that great?
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
But I think so. My question to you guys is, when you're going right. So all of this stuff is for marketing purposes, right? I mean, you're trying to get something. It went away again, Roberta.
I know, because it looked like 2 of them showed up.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to. There we go. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Too little real estate on my little screen. And windows are all in the way. Anyway, your point is, I still have this 9 the movie mouse pad that I use, that I got as swag.
Right.
And I love it. And 9 was a long time ago.
Did you pay for it, or did you?
No, that was
get a
something
freebie?
they actually gave that out. But they had some money. It's very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's too nice to give away, but I definitely I've loved it.
And so so that's the thing then, is like, obviously, the bigger companies have marketing budgets and where they can do. And of course, everybody knows, the more you get, the cheaper per unit you can get it. So, if you can get, 10,000 of these wristbands, I'm going to get, I don't know, because I didn't price this many, but if you get 10,000 of these wristbands, you might can get these things down to 2 cents a piece, if you print that many of them. We did not print that many of them. But and stickers too, pretty much anything that you print, the more that you buy, generally the cheaper per unit it's going to be. So a 75-cent sticker, if you printed 10,000 units, you might can get down to, I don't know, 30 cents if you print enough of it. Right. But So when you're at a convention, right? Oh, I just ran my hand through my Neosporin.
Okay. I have never heard anyone say that.
Well, I didn't put a Band-Aid on. I just put Neosporin on my arm.
That's a
Actually,
pickup line that you use a bar or something. I just ran my hand through my big
No,
cut on my arm.
he just wanted to show off about his
That's right.
boo-boos.
this is a pickup line. Hey, baby, you want to see my Neosporin?
Oh my
He
goodness.
wants to
Yeah.
flex his arm again in front of everybody.
That's super funny.
So all right. So I guess here's the first thing. So all right, we already know Roberta's got a mouse pad that she likes. That she picked up.
I have another thing to mention.
Okay,
I do.
what is it?
What I always love, it's, some companies will have it out, but if they do, I always pick up a keychain. No matter what it looks like, I love them.
Really?
Yes, I love them.
So do you have now? So if it's free, you'll pick it up. Will you give money for one?
I would. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
give money for one. Definitely.
If it's not a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be a lot for a keychain?
Anything over $10, right?
Well, yeah,
it'd be a few dollars. Just a few dollars, like
a buck or two.
Yeah, I'm thinking a buck or two is what you pay for a
exactly.
keychain. Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, once it reaches $5, I start going. I don't know if I like that thing that much.
I've already got a keychain. What do I need? I'm not gonna
right. Yeah.
And it's some of those things has got to be something that you like. I mean, we go to so many shows and we see so much stuff. I mean, we could come home with like just gobs of stuff, but it's like eventually, for us, it's like I don't know. People trying to give you freebie stuff. And it's like I don't need a button. What do you give me? Yeah.
Well, buttons was actually on my list of stuff to talk about, but Ogun says
because
he's run out of room on his fridge.
Right. Yeah.
Well, see, that is the problem. I have things that I would like to display and I can't. So there is your book bag gets full and your jackets get full, and there's just only so much you can put on before it's a problem.
Yeah, and before I start, buying, now I do buy little dumb little things here and there at shows and stuff, and I'm buying them, and I'm like, this is going to go in a drawer, and I'm never going to see it again. But I really think this is cool. But it's got to be something of something that I like, or it's got to be something unique. It's like you remember when the fidget spinners came out, 10 years ago. I picked up a Spider-Man fidget spinner, and where is it at now? I don't know. I don't know what I did with it.
That's true. The fidget spinners were short.
Yeah.
I actually found one. BJ and I were looking for stuff here last few weeks ago, and I actually found one, and it was a decent price. And I'm like, BJ, what about a fidget spinner? And she goes, do they still make those? And I'm like,
yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
So, I guess there's two things, right? What are you putting on your table that you're giving away for just for free, and then you got to beat people off that that are coming by just grabbing freebie stuff, and that they don't care. They're just
it's kind of like Halloween candy. The hands are open and they stream by, and then whatever, just dump
which is something that a lot of people put on their tables for freebie stuff. Candy and gumballs and gum.
I used to do that.
Yeah,
and that would get the kids there. Rob, what's up, Rob? Thanks for stopping by. Rob says bottle opener. That's a really good idea.
Yep.
You're charging for that kind of thing, right? Yep. You're not giving away unless you're at a convention. We're talking about comic book convention stuff, right?
Yeah, but that's something that you wouldn't have to charge a lot of
money.
Because
we end up, because of the printing business that we have. We keep. Well, I mean, we end up going to a lot of shows where there's just those freebie stuff where they're trying to get you to buy all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But to give away, so yeah, things at comic book stuff. So a bottle opener would be cool, but you're not giving that away. You're charging for it.
I mean, right? That's something. I mean, I don't know how much they cost. I haven't priced them, but if you could get them at a reasonable price, that's something you might be able to sell for $1, or 50 cents. 50 cents.
50 cents?
And coasters
So-
is another.
Serious?
Hold on.
Coasters
Coasters is the
are
next thing.
great.
And here's the thing: I
Yeah.
like coasters because I subscribe to Sticker Mule, right?
Yeah, Sticker
Mhm.
Mule is a great place. My business partner Barry, every
Mhm.
once a week, Sticker Mule will come up with stuff, and he goes, Thomas, look, there's they got 100 stickers for $2, and I'm like, I'm gonna get them, and then I forget, but he always does. So he ends up going to shows, and he's got all these,
Yeah.
a box of all these things, all
Yeah.
these,
Yeah,
Sticker Mule is a really good place.
I think so too. I'm trying to think. I know
All
I got
the time, and they don't care if you got last week's sale. You can get this week's sale. They don't care.
right. Yeah, exactly. And the prices are always so cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
the idea is they're trying to get you there to say, okay, look, if I can get 20 of these for this price, that's or whatever, it's such a cheap price. Well, I'll just go ahead and get 100 while I'm at it.
Right, for like $2 more or whatever. So yeah.
And I don't know that I've ever done. I have ordered stuff from Sticker Mule that's not just their specials, but I try to keep. They've got tape, and I keep. They run their specials on tape every now and then, and I keep telling. Excuse me, I keep telling BJ, it's like, we ought to get some Silverline tape. My problem is, and as you know,
Up a box. Yeah.
you go through tape so quickly.
Way too much. Yeah, we thought about that at Kablam. Getting personalized,
Yeah.
tape to tape up those Gemini boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or speaking of those, the Geminis, you can get those, with your own logo, printed on them when you're getting them, or you could just go buy a stamp and just stamp it yourself when you're closing the box out, which would be way cheaper to do.
Idea.
Yeah, that'd be a better. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're doing that, I think. But anyway. But yeah, tape. We go through so much tape. Then you go, oh, you get one roll of tape costs $1, but yeah, we go through like 50 rolls of tape a week.
Yeah.
That's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go through that much, but yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, you just couldn't. It's a cool idea, but you just couldn't. I mean, it's like, no, I can't get that. I can't get the tape. So they run specials every now and then like that. That I'm like, that's cool, but that that's not for me. Oven says, I like buttons, but I couldn't put it on my bag. I ride my bike everywhere, so I wouldn't want to gross them up. So he wouldn't want to mess the buttons up. Yeah. We tried, I know Barry does a lot of buttons. We tried buttons at one point in time, and we had some. So I know we've got some cat and mouse and Silverline fans who have some buttons. I don't think I have any at all right here now.
Kablam also does order fulfillment, right? And we get buttons and stickers that we've got to put into the people's packages and stuff all the time. So there's plenty of people doing the button thing. And it's usually those 1-inch buttons because you can get them for next to nothing, or you can just buy you a button machine and you can just sit in front of your TV while you're watching.
Yeah.
Whatever, and just crank out a button.
Right.
Pretty cheap. You spend like $50 and you can get a machine and then make a gazillion buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. But and the thing about it is,
didn't you borrow our button machine one time?
I did.
Yeah. Did you never brought it back? I don't think.
I did too. Barry asked it. He said, "Bring it back. My kids are going to make some for the next convention."
Yeah.
We made a bunch of buttons.
Yep.
Yeah, we made a bunch, and I took them to MegaCon, I think.
So buttons are usually those little tiny ones are like the freebie thing that you can do those on your table and stuff. That's a way to get people over. But then you just get those people that come by and just grab the stuff, and they're not grabbing, are like, you've been at the table and you're sitting there and somebody goes, "Can I have your business card?" And you're like, "Sure, here's a business card." And you go on and you realize as you're
walk away.
It's like, why? I'm glad you got my business card, but you just wanted something free. Did you really need it?
So that's why we went ahead and printed these. We printed a whole bunch of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when people ask for something free, now they get a Silverline postcard thing, but it also has all of our social media on the back. And it's hey, here's when we live stream. Come watch us on the live stream. Here's who we are. Here's some of what we do. If you want something free, here, have this, right? and we printed up a bunch of these, so we got these really cheap, right?
Yeah, if you could get like 1 out of every 20 people that you give one of those free to come check us out, that's really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you got to do. You just try to find. It's kind of like the idea of when you're doing your Kickstarters and stuff, and and you're trying to do extra reward stuff. You're trying to find something that'll fit in the box that you've already tried. You don't want to do your comic book Kickstarter and then all of a sudden have a reward that's a poster.
right.
Now I've got to ship a poster, and that just messes up all your shipping prices that you charged everybody and stuff.
Yes.
So those little buttons and those little cards like that, those are easy for somebody just to. You don't want to give somebody a big 11 by 17 poster for free, which I do. Whenever somebody buys one of the little A in so trade, the $20 trade that I draw a picture in, I'll have some at the next shows, so y'all come by and see me. I usually will give you a poster, but I'm like, I don't know what they're doing with this poster because it's so big. What are they running around with this poster for?
Well, we started recently. We have this poster here. I don't know how much you see it, right? Yep. So we included these with a lot of the Kickstarters as well, and I think those went over pretty well. But we took them to a couple conventions to sell. We didn't sell a single poster. It's like and we weren't asking that much for it. I think we had like $5. I think it was $5 because that's about what we got.
I think once we get more popular, where people know the characters, posters sell better. Yeah, because you could, I mean, it's just sitting at the table. I could have, all of my Little A and so or my Zomboy stuff, and then I can have a cool Zomboy poster that I'm giving away for like $1. But then I'll have a Spider-Man poster for $25, and they'll just come buy the Spider-Man poster. Even though I've got the other poster of something that's cooler, that's more memorable to them at this moment in time, and they'll still just want something else.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that has a lot to do with it. Where we did have luck with the poster. Do you remember last year at Daytona Beach Comic Con?
Yeah.
We had they were free, so not everybody got one. It was on the freebie table. People would get one, and then when they would bring them over to us, and a bunch of us would sign them.
Yep.
And that went over really well. We're actually, since we still have posters, I think we may do that again. And that just went over really well. We started bringing the I don't have one in here. The prints that are 11 by 17. So they're about this size, right? And so we started taking those and having those at the table with us. And what I would do is initially, I think we asked $5, but I'm like, okay, look, you buy a comic. I can't give it to you because we got money in it, but I can give you a reduced. I can throw this in at a reduced cost. And we moved a couple of prints, but I think again that goes back to the characters just aren't popular enough yet, Yeah,
we're easier to sell comics, and then and then a poster or a keychain with your character on it or a sticker and stuff like. Well, I'll read your comic book, but I don't know if I want a sticker. What am I going to do with a sticker of somebody I don't?
Yeah.
Maybe next one, maybe I'll read a couple more of your books, and the next year I'll buy your stickers and put them and knock down that stupid Spider-Man guy and put your sticker up in his place.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and I'm the same way. It's like, I'm I'll buy and read your comic, but I'm not going to buy your print because number one, I'm not going to put it on the wall.
Right.
I don't have enough. Well, you can see
my room.
I don't have enough wall space, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put your print on my wall. Stickers. I don't really have a good place for stickers.
I don't either.
Tommy, you've seen where I put most of my stickers on my camper.
You do have a lot of weird stuff on your truck.
I get a sticker and I put it on my camper because I don't. It's not blocking a window that I need to see. I thought
it was to hold something up because it was falling apart. You just stuck that sticker over the dent.
Yeah, no, that's not the reason they're there. But
okay.
It is falling apart, but that's not the reason they're there.
You put one on your arm. The sticker instead of a Band-Aid.
Yeah. Magnets for me personally, I like magnets. I
We
used
got
to,
a bunch on our fridge.
yeah,
Yeah, those are neat. Of
yeah,
stuff that we like. Yeah.
right. Yep, yep. Stuff that I have, magnets that I have that BJ won't allow on the refrigerator. Like let's see if I
You
can.
have a mini fridge?
No. I have
He puts them on his credit
a
cards.
filing cabinet.
Oh.
Oh.
Like I got Billy Tucci's. I'm a Tucci trooper, right? You guys know Billy Tucci, so I got a Tucci magnet, right? And I showed this to BJ, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not going on the refrigerator.
That's not going on the fridge. Why not, honey?
I have a what is this? This is a business card. Somebody gave me a business card magnet. It's a really thick one too.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, those are kind of
because those aren't cheap. Yeah.
No. And let's see here. Of course, I got the Trumps one. So I'm not sure what this is. See, I got one. I don't even know what it is.
That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's probably from a Kickstarter. I got it, and so I just literally I would do this because my filing cabinet's there.
I did more.
So it doesn't last long.
You heard it all, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but so yeah, I'll chunk them on there. Yeah, a couple of these I don't know what they are. But yeah, so Oven says prints have to wow me, to be honest. I'll take a chance on a comic book. Yeah. I mean, I know that for sure because Oven took a chance on our comic books, right? Oven and I chatted for a while, and I don't let me put words in his mouth, but I think Oven bought a huge chunk of our comics and then kind of just went all in on Silverline after that, right? But yeah, I mean, he's right. The thing about the print is that it's got to wow me because, again, if I'm buying a print, it means I'm going to put it on my wall. And while I have very limited, I might could find a place for something. I mean, I don't even have my Silverline poster on the wall. Right?
I got mine on my wall. You've seen it at the office.
Mine on the wall, even though the cat likes to eat it.
Actually, that's not true. It is on the wall in the back. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
In the garage?
No. We have the Brittany's old bedroom. If Brittany's
Brittany's
we turned into an office of sorts, right? So that's where BJ does a lot. It's kind of an office spare bedroom. This is my office, not a spare bedroom. I mean, it is technically, it's a bedroom, but it's never had a bed in it. While Brittany's room has the bed and a desk now. So, if we have visitors, they could stay in bed, but there's the desk there. But I like this one. All right. Oven says, as a fan, and I'm pretty knowledgeable of Silverline characters, there's a small chance even I'll buy prints, especially if they're the same price as a book. Yeah. That's the thing is that, a print is going to be, roughly, well, I see a lot of artists ask like, $20 for their prints.
Yeah, and good and well that it didn't cost $20 for that thing. Yeah, and then you got to kind of be reasonable with unknown characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we I don't know that Oven's saying this with that intention, but it is true. We ask $5 for our prints, which is the exact same price of the comic books, right?
Yeah.
And then if you get the comics, then we'll sell you the print for $2, which is basically kind of covering our cost. So
what weird stuff have you seen on tables on Freebie, either Freebie or not Freebie?
So this is what one of the things, Roberta, you'll remember this for sure. So one of the things, I don't know if you remember it or not, Tommy. You might, but so one of the things Malibu did in 90, it might have been 93 or 94, I can't remember. They had rune tattoos. The temporary tattoos. Those things
were fun.
Were so much fun, and they were here at San Diego. They were everywhere. right? And so I'm like, we should do that. We should, that latest cover that Quentin did for Trump's with the skull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that would be a perfect temporary tattoo. We could print up a bunch of those and, hand them out at the conventions and see, hopefully the kids will slap them on their. And she's like, you think parents are going to let kids slap these skulls on
Oh,
their.
yes, I do.
I do too. I'm like, yeah, it's a
Eventually,
convention. It's
probably.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that to me, that may be the strangest thing that I've seen that actually worked really well. You remember that, don't you,
Mhm.
Roberta?
I do. It does work, and it is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it
I
is. And like
I
said, those,
loved Rune, though. I mean, I might
yeah,
be partial.
yeah. Well, and I think that was
Mm.
part of it is too. It goes back to the characters, right? Barry Windsor Smith was the artist that was attached to
It's
the early
so
issues of
good.
Rune, and so people love Barry Windsor Smith, and that might have even been a Barry Windsor Smith art. Now that I think about it,
Mhm.
I
Probably.
can't remember. Yeah, it was probably his art on the temporary tattoo, and so people were just slapping it on they're putting it on their wrists, on their arms. I saw one guy put one on his forehead, right? They just, because they were temporary, so it didn't matter. You could put them anywhere, and wash it off that night.
Yeah.
So I think that's the weirdest thing I've seen. What about you, Tommy?
The weirdest thing I've ever seen. Well, besides food, get some people that are giving away food and stuff they'll have on their table. But no, the
Food,
weirdest,
like
yeah,
not candy,
That's weird.
more than just
Like
they'll have
sugar.
like
some
here's a
food.
taco.
Well, like French fries or bigger things that they went and got. But no, I remember I forgot what the book
That is
was.
weird.
It was kind of a. It was kind of a. I think it was a. It was kind of a. Oh, it was
Are
a
you
bad girl
embarrassed?
book or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't get too many of these freebie giveaways, but they were giving away condoms on there too.
Oh
They,
no.
yeah, it
Wow.
was. I think the character was a prostitute or a hooker or I guess that's the same thing, right?
Was this Jimmy?
But,
Was this another one of Jimmy Palmiotti's books?
no.
Oh,
But they were giving away condoms. They had if you bought you had to buy the book and then they'd give you a condom along with the book and stuff. And I thought that was kind of neat, but weird, kind of really weird. Now, what Renee and I do usually, if Renee will go when she goes to the shows with me, and we have the Little Nan So book because Sophia is the character. We put all of our puppies and stuff in the books. We'll give away dog treats and stuff
oh, that's not a
all
bad
the time.
idea.
We'll put a dog bowl up there with the little bones. And we give away dog treats, so that way you can bring something back to your puppy or whatever. So.
I
That's
like
a cool
that.
idea.
But
What about you, Roberta?
people giving away candy and M&Ms and
I mean, I used to buy, because you can get Jolly Ranchers pretty cheap.
yeah.
I used to buy these great
Mhm.
big bags of Jolly Ranchers and take Jolly Ranchers and give them away. The purpose is just to get the people to stop at your table. Now, I wouldn't give them away free, just to people come up and get. I would say, no, you get it free, but you have to listen to me tell you about my book, right? And
Free.
some of that stuff is like free if you buy something. I'm going to give you something free. I've never had a problem with well, me, I give away
Yeah.
too much stuff, but I'm not giving away stuff if you don't buy anything, or
Mhm.
because I don't even like giving flyers away to people that I know that are sticking them in their bag just to go throw away when they get to the car.
I know. Yeah, which
Well,
is what
that's
I
the
think.
problem. Is people do that. They
Oh yes,
they
it's
take it
Yeah.
and then dump it, and you're my God,
I spent
costs
money
so
on that.
much money for us.
It's like, why did you take it if you knew you were going to throw it away? But some people. Here's what I will say about that: some people kind of force them on you, right?
Some people do, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
when you're
walking
standing
by
there,
and
just handing you stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
it's
like
like
here, take a flyer. You're like, no,
you
thank you.
go.
Here, it's free. I'm like, okay, well,
Oh, and you being that we go to the shows and we're walking around to the bathroom or to go get some food or whatever, and you walk by the same spots all the time, and they're trying to. And like, look, I've got a pro badge on. Quit giving me stuff. I'm sitting right there.
yeah, yeah,
You're, it's like,
yeah,
well, yeah.
yeah. Uh, Yeah, so here we go. Owen says about the prints here, and they get a Bye Felicia from me, the artist that sell 20 plus $20 prints. Yeah, unfortunately, Owen, that there's still a lot of people who will stop and give them $20. So there will be a quiz before the free candy. Ha ha ha.
Well,
You
there
know,
you go.
I used to tell them when they'd come by and ask for the candy, I would say, hey, just let me tell you about my book. And then while they're getting the candy and unwrapping it, Cat and Mouse's story, blah, 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 blah. And then they will, thank you. And I'm like, thanks for listening. Right. So, sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes they would go, well, that sounds pretty cool. Let me see the book, Other times they'll just like, no, thank you. We used to have, we printed up way back when newsprint was still a thing. I printed up, where did it go here? I think I've got, oh yeah, here we go. I printed up this little newsprint thing, and this is what one of the things I would give away, right? It's just because this was dirt cheap to print back then. Let's see, how many pages is it? It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just 8 pages with the cover, right? So this was dirt cheap to print. This is for those of you who are curious. This is from the 90s. This is probably from 97. And the other thing I would do with this one, right? I would take it and I could fold it over, and it automatically had, right? That's my old address there, and then I could fill in the address there and mail it, right? And then there was an order form on the opposite side of that, right? This was all just cheap newsprint that we printed. This is Chuck Bordell's Lunatic Fringe. But that was dirt cheap for us, and we were able to give that away, right? I don't even know anybody prints newsprint anymore. I know there's probably some around, but I don't. They're few and far between.
Yep.
Yeah. I personally, I like bookmarks. I have a tendency to start a book and end up not finish it and start another one. So obviously, just coming back from the convention, I've got a bunch of bookmarks here that's wrapped in a rubber band still. I really like this rejects side of the bookmark, right? And then of course on this side there's the Wolf Hunter. So I like bookmarks. But and Ogun mentioned little cards. Now I also like trading cards, and so we had some cat and mouse cards, right? This was our first one. Cat and mouse. Then and they're of course they're numbered. It was number 1.
I love those cards. That was a good plan.
Yeah, I do too. So there's going to be a number 4. Because when we get the 4th issue out, obviously this is a beautiful piece by Mitch Faust, right? And then number 3, right? And then number 4 is not out yet, of course. It's my Coliseum of Comics card. Yep. And then we had a Kalis card, which I thought was pretty good. And yep. I thought I had another one in here. I think I had a Divinity one. I don't seem to be able to locate the Divinity card right now, but so I like those. Check this out. Martin Piero has joined us. He says, I like the wristbands. Thank you, Martin. Make mine Silverline. I hung with Martin this weekend at the Sunrise show, and he and I solved all the problems of the comic book industry, and then we created.
Got it figured out. All right.
Yeah, we got it all figured out. And by the way, Martin runs PalmCon, which is, I think I had that tab open when someone asked me a while ago. PalmCon is going to be
its own
September
Comic-Con.
17th, which is the week. So here's the cool thing: Martin will be at Daytona Beach Comic Con, and then the very next week he is running PalmCon down in West Palm Beach, Florida. So tickets are still available. He's got a handful of guests. There's going to be, let's see here, Steve Conley's going to be down there. April Hunter will be there, for those of you who know April Hunter. George Moss will be there. Kevin Laporte, George Navarro, who was one of the bad guys in the Walking Dead. He'll be there. Let's see, Amanda Rachels will be there. Graven Ravenwolf will be there. Richard Rivera of Stabby Bunny will be there. And there's some other stuff here. So that's the comic stuff that you'll find down there. So that's the week right after Daytona Beach. So Martin's gonna, yes, of course, Roland Man will be there. Yes, I will be there. Martin and I solved all the ills, all the problems of the industry, and then we created some more. So I tell you something I really like, but I know people don't like to give them away because of the cost, and that's ink pens.
Those are kind of high. Yeah,
they're very high. I like them, and when I am walking by and I see someone, if it's somebody I like, if it's somebody I don't like, and if I see them, they have them, I will pick one up because I know I will use it.
Yeah, because I use them all the time.
I mean, look, I'm not going to get up from my desk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pencil. This is just what's laying on top of my desk. Oh, hold on. Here's pencil. Ink pen, right? Again, this is just what's on top of my desk. This is not it's not even in. And then I've got a pencil case that has, like my markers and stuff like that. It's within hand reach. I could come up with twice that, actually probably about this big, just by reaching in my desk drawers. So yeah, I like those because I know I didn't realize I had that many pencils on my desk. I like those because I know I'm going to use them. I'm always making notes, writing something down. So I like them, but they are expensive. They're expensive to make. I would love to make one that had, make mine Silverline on it. I think that would be very, very cool to have, but I have not been able to find some place that can make them in a way that we can afford them, or even afford to
I don't even know a good place to source them. I don't know.
Yeah. What other things? You guys think of any other things that are kind of cool?
Well, I know the one thing I give away for free at the
hugs don't count.
I give away free signatures.
Yeah, that's right. Free signatures. Those are always good at conventions, I think.
Because I know some folks don't.
Yeah. That's kind of a recent thing in comics, I think. The charging for the autographs. And that's probably a whole nother conversation. I think that probably comes as a result of all the media, when you see all the movie actors getting, charging $40 and $60 and $80 for their signatures, based on a comic that you created. Why would you not charge $5 for an autograph? That's yeah. So
that's a good point.
So I don't know. That's got to be, I would imagine this pretty frustrating, yeah.
So I've got an Ash versus Evil foam finger. That is so funny.
Really?
That was awesome swag. I was thinking about you, and your sports things that you like.
Right? Yeah. I love them. I've got one for my college team, obviously. So was it free?
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow.
That was cute.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
I would love to have a little foam one finger. This is make mine Silverline, right? How,
Yeah,
how cool would
I
that
think that'd
be?
be great.
I
Yeah,
think
just a thought.
yeah. When Curtis is able to finish the Shadow Ghost, I think he should make up Shadow Ghost karate belts.
Mhm.
Be
Why
good.
not?
Or a
Yeah.
headband. Your headband. That'd
Oh
be
yeah, the
super good.
headbands. Those would be
A
cool. Like
headband would be better, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
That's
great idea. Curtis, I
there
hope
you
you're
go.
listening. Yeah, I think those would be great.
Yeah.
We looked into ball caps, but those are they can be pricey. I would like one that has so this is a hat that I like, right? And you see it's got that's all stitched on there,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
so
That's kind of expensive.
it is expensive. Again, it's cheaper if you can buy them in mass, but um, in our talking is like, well, we don't. There's not enough people that wants a Silverline ball cap yet. Or maybe one day they will, but there's just not enough people to warrant buying that many. Plus, the other thing is we've got to come up with the cash, and we have to have a place to put them. Owen's got an idea here. What does he say? Obviously, this wouldn't be free, but pulling all Silverline characters and making a card game where they battle each other would be really fun. That would be
Trump
fun.
would
Yeah, Trump. Yeah. Well, so
Well,
yeah,
we
yeah,
talked about that at one point.
yeah,
I like that idea.
yeah. So I had a card. Well, one of the
The
stretch
card
goals
game.
for Trump's was a card that had I think the Ace of Clubs and who's on the other side? Tommy, you remember?
I do not.
I do not either. I've got it in the other room. But yeah, I don't have it here. Had the Ace of Clubs and somebody on it as like a playing card. And so one of the things that we are looking into doing is making a deck of playing cards with Trump's characters. Just a regular deck of playing cards. And that's not what Oven's talking about. Oven's talking about a game. But, the other thing is this. We've got a game maker as part of our crew. Quentin. Quentin built a game. And that's now his is a big extravagant game. But yeah, I think it would be fun to make some kind of Magic. Oh, comic books fell. Magic the Gathering style, card game with Silverline characters. And then, of course, we can have special editions that are only available through Kickstarters and that kind of thing. That would be fun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
what
that's
else?
a good start.
Yeah.
A lot of people give you those little thumb drives, and I'm not really sure if that's something that that we would have, like a digital giveaway.
Well, how much? I mean,
I don't know
Yeah.
what they cost to make at all.
I was going to say, I mean, obviously, it would be gonna be hard to put stuff on there. I mean, I don't know how to do that, but we can load them down with some free #1 issues. Hey, here's
Mm-hmm.
your here's the
Digital version of everything. Yeah.
here's 10 of our #1 issues or something. I don't know what something like that. But
Yeah.
how much would the thumb drives cost to make? Do you know?
No clue.
I don't either. That seems like that might be an expensive thing. I don't
I guess
recall.
there's also shirts, right? That's
Yes.
Shirts are
Yep.
shirts are
I
always
like
welcome.
shirts. So hey, here's one of the things we kind of decided that I think we got to come up with something to do. So if Oven, if you're still listening to this, maybe you give us your opinion. One of the things we're gonna do, we offered shirts on this last Kickstarter, the first time we'd ever done it. Now not the Silverline shirts, but with just our logo on it. I'm not wearing it. I raised up like I was wearing one, but I'm not wearing one. But we offered one that had a Trumps. We had a Trumps t-shirt. We had a Switchblade t-shirt. We had a Teen Beetle t-shirt. And one of the things BJ and I have been talking about is like, what we need to do is that if you have a t-shirt, wear it to convention. If we see you wearing that t-shirt at a convention, we're going to give you something special. And so, I got to talking. It's like, hey, you know what? I could talk to Tommy and say, Tommy, hey, let's think of what are 10 cool little foil or something, what's something cool, and I can print 10, Silverline Team Up number ones that are just this way. And if you come up to us at a show, you're going to get one of these.
Got one. Yeah.
Yep. You're going to get as our way of saying, hey, thank you for wearing our brand out on the floor to promote us. And we'd have to keep a list. And once we get through those 10, we'd print up, maybe 10 Divinity number ones that are special with some basically whatever Tommy has figured out cool that they can do. Tommy's always going. Every time I see Tommy, he's always going, hey man, look at we figured out we can do this. This is cool. Look at this.
We didn't know we could print this.
So we've been thinking about that, and I think that's something that we're going to do. If we see you wearing one of those T-shirts that have been gotten from the Kickstarter like that, then we're going to give you something special. We haven't figured out exactly what those are yet, and I got to work with Tommy to come up with something.
But you remember we're going
to keep it a very limited edition.
Yeah, we did that with the Kablam shirts. You remember when you'd get if you send us a picture of you wearing the shirt at a show, we would give you some print credit, that kind of thing. It works. That works really well.
Yeah. Because for me, one of the things that I want to do, and part of Roberta even said it earlier, people just don't know our characters that well yet, and I think that's one of the things that is important to me is that. And this is why, we're not trying to make a killing on the prints. It's like, I just want people to have it so that other people can be aware of it. Like, I feel fairly confident that Owen tells other people about Silverline because he likes Silverline. Right. And this is the kind of thing this is the kind of thing I'm looking for. Is like, okay, if you're wearing a t-shirt, how can I reward you for that? Because on the Kickstarter they got to pay to get the t-shirt, so this is just something a little extra cool, right? Owen says there's a card game in Final Fantasy VIII called Triple Triad, very fun but simple game to play. They even made it a real game, and you can play it in person. That's kind of cool. Oh, and then he says of the we see you in a t-shirt. He said that would be very nice, very cool. I think it'd be nice. So. We're going to do that. I just got to get with Tommy, and we're going to print up 10 of something, and then we'll just go from there. Probably start with cat. Probably start with cat and mouse.
I got an idea.
Good. Yeah. Cool. And then we'll just work through those, and then we'll print up. We'll keep them very limited though, and someone asked me to at the show this weekend, and I think I'm going to put this together. They asked me. They said, "Well, are your Kickstarters?" Covers really limited, and I said, yeah. They said, but they're print. They said they're print on demand. I said, yes. They said you could print another one. I said, I could, yes.
Well, technically, but
I said, yeah, I could. Well, then, but how many did you print? And I said, well, I don't know off the top of my head, but I have a record because I can go back and look at how many I ordered, and I know, I know how many backers got it, and then I know how many I ordered, right? So I know how many there are out there. And I said, well, you ought to put that on the website, because then way people would say, oh, look, there's only, 50 of the Cat and Mouse #2 Kickstarter covers. There's, 68 of the Divinity #1 Kickstarter.
There's some pressure, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
As you're saying that isn't a bad idea. And you could would it be silly to put that? I mean, be even more bold about it. Put it somewhere on the book, there was only 50 of these printed, or there's 300 of these printed, or and that's it. You don't want to do a sign and numbered thing, because that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that takes a lot to do. Yeah,
but you could still put that on the book somewhere.
Well, we did. I'm gonna turn my camera off, and because I'm gonna stand up and reach across the room there, because I think I can reach something. All right, so I'm turning my camera off just so I can stand up. How do I turn my camera off? Oh, there we go. So one of the
How do you
things we
turn
did
it on?
you made me stop and look. One of the things we did at Daytona was crap, that's not it. What did I do with it? We did do all right, I gotta take my ears out. I can't. So y'all talk. I can't reach my book.
All right.
Roberta, how you been feeling lately? You've been you recovering? You recovered good?
Yeah, I'm fine. It took a while, but I'm okay now. That was a slow one. You know how it goes. Not fun.
Yeah, I think I didn't have much symptoms wise, but I think it took me another week or two before I got my total strength back. As I could say, I felt pretty crappy bike riding the first couple of times, but then today I did pretty good. I didn't run into a tree, but
that's a good start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, I mean it's just the energy levels, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what that got me more than actually having any symptoms. I think my symptoms were basically nothing as compared to other folks. But
Well,
I'm
I'm
glad you're feeling
very
good.
unhappy
Oh, he's
about
back
some
yet.
of those.
So for Daytona, right? We took and did this for the comics, right? And can you see that says 30 of 30 right there?
Yep.
Yeah. So we did that to all the Daytona books that had Daytona Beach Comic Con specials on them, right? So there's only 30 of these. Obviously, I'm holding one in my hands. And so I don't know where all the others are. But yeah, so there's only 30 of these. And we found it kind of cool because people would, when they wanted to buy them, they're like, I want this number. I want they bought a set of them, right? They're like, I want all of the number 7s because 7 is my lucky number. So they would get the ones numbered 7 in the line, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. You know, we had someone wanted all the number 13s and stuff like that. So so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so some of that stuff we do, but that's only 30 of those. So there's not, that's not like doing 100 of them. But yeah, I'd have to be cognizant of the fact of how many I order before I send you the files, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's. I got some ideas. We could talk about that.
All right, we'll talk about that. But yeah, I actually thought that was a good idea because if one of the things that we're pushing with the Kickstarter covers is that they're collectible, well, how do they know how many are collectible? And what we say when we're doing it is like, look, we're going to print like if 50 people get the Kickstarter cover, we're printing 50 plus some for the creators. If 500 people get them, we're going to print 500 plus what's for the creators, right? So it really is based on the number of people who select the Kickstarter covers during the Kickstarter. That determines the whole print run and everything for us. Creators are always going to get a couple of them. Now, maybe not when we do these special convention giveaway things, but for the Kickstarters, yeah, we've already determined, hey, you're going to get a couple of the Kickstarter covers as your comps. But we don't print that many extras for creators. So yeah, I thought that was a good idea because it's like, yeah, you can go on the website then and say, okay, well, how many of these were printed, how many of these were printed, et cetera, et cetera.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So, so I just looked at my clock, and guys, it's 9:30.
Whoa!
Time flies when you're having fun. So
I'm still trying to think of any oddball giveaway stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Or stuff that people were selling. I did bring a couple of times, and then not for sale, but we basically brought it's the Little Nanny and So books like we talked about before that had our puppies in it. We would bring our dogs to to a show here and there and let little kids get a little pet, a little pet in there.
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing. That was always a fun little thing. Terrorizing our dogs though, but that's we still brought them.
I can think of something now. Do you know what I did in this would have probably been, when did I do this? I'm trying to think of the years. This would have probably been
1932.
No, it should probably been like 99, 2000, 2001, something like that. You remember? Y'all remember Beanie Babies?
Yeah.
I had my mother. My mother's a seamstress. I had my mother sew up some demon beanies.
Oh,
That's cool.
I
remember you did that.
Yep, she made demon beanies. She made I want to say about 50 of them. And
do you still have any?
I have. That's what I was looking up. I know Brett has one and Brittany has one. I think I have one. I thought it was right up there. I think I still have one.
Well, he's a demon. He'd be down there, right? It's not that kind of.
But she did. She just cut it out of just like material, a brown material. He's got his little trunks. He's got the three tails, right? And believe it or not, because the Beanie Babies were still so popular, people would buy them. Like, that's cool. I want one of these. I'm like, all right. Handmade by my grandmother and my daughter. Brittany was young, but Brittany would stuff all the beads in them, right?
Yeah.
and they were made of they weren't made of beans, they were made of beads, so we called them the demon beaties. But people heard demon beanies. And I probably actually called them demon beanies too, just because
false advertising.
But that was one of the things that people looked at and they're like, hey, that's pretty cool, you know. You got a beanie for your own comic book. My camera. Earthquake. Roberta's like, yeah, that's not even funny. Don't say that.
No.
She's in California, so
it's not funny.
No,
we're always wondering.
Yes.
Although now we're kind of over the fear of the earthquakes. We're like, back to worrying about fire.
You ever get over
and drought?
Why? Because earthquake season is over?
No.
Yeah, it only happens during certain times a year.
No, because you can't do anything about it.
This is true.
You can worry about it forever, but I mean,
there's
nothing you can proactively do. What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point, right? Yeah. What's the point?
Roberta's always ready for she's got her what do you call those bags that you have?
We got our emergency kit.
Yeah, you've got your go bag or whatever ready to go.
Powdered food and
powdered food. You got your freeze dried water in there, right?
I wish we had enough room for water. I mean, that's the tough thing. You can't ever get enough.
Did they make powdered water? Is that what you just add? Water?
That would be fun. I love that idea. Like a pill you could just pop.
Yeah. Oh, water! Whoa.
Powdered water.
Yeah, they call it ice. It takes a lot of energy.
Right, yeah. All right, so let's wrap this up. Don't forget, guys, we have a Tuesday show coming up this week. I think hold on a second, I'll see if I can get you what those are. I think I saw those were already created. Yeah, so Tuesday the guys are going to be talking about how to publish comics.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep, that's going to be Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern time, but that is 8 p.m. for all of you out on the West Coast. It's 8 to 9:30 out there, but for us, it's 11 to 1, so that's kind of late for our time zone. Wednesday night, the Whammers are going to have special guest John Jackson Miller. You've heard us talk about John Jackson Miller before when we refer to a lot of the numbers. John is a writer. He's worked on a lot of Star Wars stuff, Star Wars comic books, Star Wars novels. He worked with the Comic Buyer's Guide for a long time. So
he makes sense of all the sales, right?
Say again?
He makes sense of all of the sales.
He does. He can explain all the numbers to you because he has crunched them for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know anyone in comics who knows more about actual sales than John Jackson Miller. And
Probably get
he's
some good predictions there too.
He's a cool dude to boot. So guys, tune in on. Ted, I ran my hand through the. So tune in.
I ran a hand through my scar. Look at my scar.
Tune in on a Wednesday for those guys. We will be back here next week. I am not sure what we're going to talk about. I think I'm going to try to have our lawyer pal back on. And now he's officially a lawyer, so we're going to get him to commit to some answers now instead of saying, well, the law says. Instead, he's going to say, you are breaking the law. You're wrong. So that's what I'm going to try to do. That's my goal. So regardless of whether he's here, we'll be here. So don't forget to come back to us next week. And of course, thanks to all of our sponsors. Shout out to Daytona Beach Comic Con, September 10th, 11th. Make your plans to be there. We'll be there. You should be there too. Coliseum of Comics in Orlando. Go buy your comic books there. Shout out to Kablam. Woo-woo. Shout out to OCD. Tommy, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Just go on the Google and type Florimonte, Florimonte. Everybody asks me, why do you keep spelling it? It's because you guys spell it wrong. So that's why I keep trying to spell it for you.
Right.
Or just go on, mostly on Facebook. I got a TikTok thing. Tommy, don't take TikTok. It's put a couple little videos up there. Got the one of Roland falling.
I knew that was coming.
You want to go check that out? I should put more stuff. I'll try to put more stuff up there.
Put more comic stuff up there. Yeah.
Yep. InfernoStudios.com. It's got some links and things there too.
There you go. And Roberta, what have we been watching you color here?
So this is a cover for the Cat and Mouse issue 4.
Yeah.
And it's looking good. I think you have to let me know. All right. It's exciting.
Where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Roby Conroy. So look there. Or Sunday.
That's right.
Here.
Look her up on the internet and follow her. She's not
and next week I'm going to send Roberta some light bulbs so she can light up her room, so she won't be in the dark.
Yeah. I'll have to figure that out.
She's today. She did say she's in California, so they may be having one of those power outages.
You can watch me color.
Yeah. And I'm Roland Man. You can find me all over the internet on all the social medias at Roland Man. Sometimes it's Man Roland. Just look for a caricature that looks like my face. And until next time, remember to
nerd.
All right, good night, everyone.
Hi, my name is Sergio Cariello, and make mine Silverline.